So these are the new Beats Fit Pro. These are yet another set of earbuds in the very competitive market of in-ear headphones. But I think these are special, not just because of the price tag or the features, but specifically because I feel like this is the turning point where Apple has finally evolved the Beats brand into something that we're not used to expecting from Beats. Remember all the years of Beats audio being overpriced garbage? It seems like Apple's really taken the brand in a different direction now. Now you'll notice that Beats have never really directly competed against Apple products like the AirPods. They've always really launched alongside them, having different specific reasons, like them being tailored for the more active person, where Power Beats have been aimed at professional athletes or to people who are active and need a set of durable earbuds that stay in your ear rather than out of your ear. Regardless, Apple isn't really going to lose if you choose Beats over AirPods because they own both. But what is interesting is I think this is the first time we've seen Beats directly compete against AirPods. All right, so right off the bat, they are great. Definitely not perfect, but easily in line as a top competitor in a very competitive in-ear headphone market. So Beats Fit Pro are coming in at $200, which is actually directly in the same price bracket as AirPods Pro, which have seemed to be on sale everywhere now for the holidays at around that same price. So after seeing these in person, you can definitely tell that Beats' priority when engineering these earbuds was design and fit. And when you're making earbuds for people who are active or for athletes, obviously you need to focus on durability, in-ear comfort, and making sure they don't fly out of your ears. I have suffered from AirPoditis, unlike many of you guys, for the past years they've been out. I really can't use AirPods without them flying out, unfortunately. So having an over-ear loop is what I've always opted for. However, these are bringing a wingtip design to the Beats lineup for I think the first time. The Beats Fit Pro have aimed to solve this issue by adding a durable silicone wingtip instead of the classic over-ear loop to keep them snug in your ear. And from personal experience, they have done a pretty good job at fitting well. The wingtip is surprisingly comfortable after wearing them for a workout, and I can shake my head to the point of ridiculousness, and they won't budge. I was also fully skeptical to trust the wingtip, as opposed to the over-ear loop that many other in-ear headphones use, like the Power Beats Pro, and the older models, which is what I came from before trying these out. So they feature a pretty slick design that's obviously taken a more fitness wear approach, featuring a couple different colors. And while I am surprised that the wingtip isn't interchangeable, so you could swap them out like the different sizes you can on the silicone ear tips, I think this tip is going to fit a majority of ear types. After spending some time wearing them for a prolonged period of time, I kind of forget I'm wearing them, which is always a good sign with earbuds. Because sometimes when you're wearing earbuds over a long period of time, they kind of start to hurt the inside of your ear. These haven't really had an issue, thankfully, and the dive board style button to control all the functions in the headphones is awesome. Generally, I'm usually a fan of a black design and a matte finish, so I obviously went with black. And these are also IPX water resistant, of course, so they should be dependable during outdoor running sessions in rain or sweat. Just don't go swimming with them, because I think you'd probably fry them. All right, so they're taking inspiration from the Power Beats Pro case, which is a good thing and a bad thing. That case has a very nice look to it, but unfortunately the Power Beats Pro case was massive, almost to the point where it was literally not pocketable. So envision a Power Beats Pro case that lost some weight and shrunk, because that's what we have. So they're smaller, not as small as the AirPods Pro, so I wouldn't expect these to be, you couldn't really rock these on a keychain. You could put them in your pocket or back pocket, but they're not as small as the AirPods Pro case. The case does have built-in battery for charging, an indicator light on the outside of the case, and a pair button on the inside. You know, pretty much the usual. USB-C charging port, all great, but no wireless charging. The case does have a magnetic seat for the earbuds, so that's not really a problem like some other cases where it's kind of awkward to put earbuds in. I find the magnets to be really strong and the contact pins almost always line up. So it's really good. Now the case seems to also be fairly durable. Getting tossed in a baseball bag or a gym bag can fit in your pocket, but you definitely feel it. Unlike a smaller option like the AirPods Pro case that you can clip onto a keychain. Now getting to the tech inside these buds, you do have the H1 chip, so you're gonna have the seamless iCloud pairing, the Siri support. Basically think of them as having AirPods functionality in a Beats body. So if you already have Apple products, they'll seamlessly fit in your ecosystem and work, unlike the Beats Studio Buds, which didn't feature an H1 chip and missed out on some of those features. Now, if you're looking for Android support on these earbuds, you would be pleasantly surprised because these have outstanding Android support, almost to the point where you're not really missing that many features. You have Google Assistant, you have the Beats app on the Google Play Store, which basically allows you to customize them the way you want without missing some of the features that you normally get when you buy AirPods or Apple earbuds. Which is funny because normally Apple doesn't really play nice with Android, so it's nice to see a difference. Now, some of the features that you didn't see on the Powerbeats Pro were ANC and transparency mode that are similar to the AirPods Pro. And I think they actually do sound better than the AirPods in some scenarios. The increased seal from the rubber wingtip alongside these little vents assist in relieving some of that pressure that can sometimes come with shoving earbuds in your ear. Sure, they do have that signature Beats sound with a fun, heavy bass signature. They're good sounding headphones that sound rich and really take advantage of not only the features, but the physical buttons on them. Each earbud has this little dive board tactile button that I've found way better than voice controls or touch controls. It's a simple, reliable button that's really easy to find and click anytime. Also, if you are into voice controls, you have full support for Siri and Google Assistant, and these multifunction buttons are pretty much what you'd expect. You have your play, pause, skip, ANC, transparency for long presses, and you can actually remap them so you can actually control volume by long pressing on each earbud. So you have a full suite of functionality with the button. ANC on these works really well for drowning out static background noises, and transparency mode on these is also really good. Almost to the point where you can be tricked into thinking you aren't even wearing headphones. So these do have the H1 chip, which means you're getting the crazy fast instant pairing, and you're also getting all the modern AirPods Pro features. You've got around 7 hours of battery life with adaptive EQ on, which is active when transparency and ANC are off. Adaptive EQ adapts the audio EQ and adjusts the curve to give you the best audio quality designed for your ear shape by using the microphones in the earbuds to measure the sound waves in your ear and adjust accordingly. With ANC or transparency on, you're expecting around 6 hours with a backup of 23 hours on the battery on the case, and you also get the 5-minute fast charging that gives you up to an hour of playback. There's also a skin detecting optical sensor now that's currently on the AirPods 3. So the earbuds will know when they're actually in your ear or on a table or in your pocket. So if you're listening to music and you go ahead and shove an earbud in your ear, the music will automatically play. And when you take it out, the optical sensor is going to detect there's no skin there, so it's going to pause the music. It's become a pretty natural thing to do rather than having to pause the audio when you just pop them out of your ear. So I really like them. Oh, and they also have spatial audio, which is pretty neat if you're into that. I don't really use it that much. I think it is a really cool feature when you use it for the first time. But when it comes to listening to your daily audio, I'm not really super into it. Let me explain what spatial audio is. Basically, the earbuds detect the placement of the phone and use a gyroscope and accelerometer to create a simulated 360 environment where your head position and device position are calculated to create the feeling that you're listening to speakers in an actual room. Basically, it creates like a simulated surround sound where you'd be listening to speakers like in a home theater setup. So overall, talking about these has been pretty simple. There's nothing that really stands out that's horrible about them. I really have enjoyed them the past couple months. They've actually replaced my long-standing veteran Powerbeats that I had for the past 5 years that I have drilled through the ground now. And these have been absolutely awesome for the past, I think, couple of weeks I've had them. Great for running, great for just general use. They have all the AirPod features and they stay in my ear. So I really can't say anything super negative about them. So if you're in the market for some new in-ear headphones, these are definitely worth a look at. Now, they obviously are not super cheap, but they are competitively priced, and you get a plethora of great features that you'd expect on modern earbuds. And if you are a more active type of person that needs a durable set of earbuds that have an H1 chip, the whole Apple buffet of features, or have an Android phone, these definitely have my recommendation. Pretty funny how 10 years ago, Beats was known as like this gimmicky company that you'd have on professional athletes and rappers, and no one would actually use Beats for professional music making, but today they've actually been Apple-fied and they kind of are stepping in the right direction. So that's pretty much been the video, guys. Thanks for watching. Catch you guys in the next one. Let me know what you want to see. Like, comment if you want, and see you guys next time. Bye.